Good morning, class 7th. So now the revision series is started, and our new chapter is New Kings and Kingdoms. Okay. So if you are not understand properly in the previous videos, last videos we can say in our sent by me. So now we are clarify and some more you can say if you facing any problem regarding that one, so I will clarify it in this video. Okay, so in this video, in this chapter we learn some new dynasties, some new rulers, some new places, some temples, some administration work, especially the Cholas and the other communities. Okay, so now we start from our first map. Okay, so page number 16, we have given a map. Many new dynasties emerged after the 7th century. Which century? 7th century. Okay. Means when we start, you can say the big dynasties started in same era. Okay. In earlier, in class 6, we learn about some big ruler. Yeah, you can say some big dynasties like Mauryan dynasty, like Vardhan dynasty, like Guptas. We learn about the Chandragupta Mauryas and Chandragupta Vikramaditya also, Samudragupta also, Skandagupta also, Kumargupta also. But in this book, in the second session of session of our history syllabus, we learned about the medieval period. Okay, so the medieval period, we have some more dynasties which are showing in the map number first, and their rulers area, you can say, the famous areas where they are keeping their rule, and very famous for that particular that places. Okay, and their you can say their capital also very famous for that one, like Chehmans. At first Chehmans, so nowadays they are called Chauhans, but earlier they called Chehman dynasties. Okay, and their capital was Indraprasth. Indraprasth. You learn a little bit about the Indraprasth. Yeah, you heard about that one. Second one is Parmar also. Gujjar Pratiharas also, and Parmar also. Chandil also we have, whose capital is after the battle of Tripite struggle, that is called Kannauj. Okay. Now Rashtrakutas we have. Okay. Their capital is also known as the Manyakhet या मानखेड़ा. ठीक है, Malkheda. Then we learn about the Cholas. Little bit we learn about the Ganga dynasties. Okay, and now we learn about the Cholas also. Okay, sorry, Pal, Chol, and Chera also we can learn, but Cher is the different one. Okay, but little bit mentioning here what is Cher and Pandyas also. Here Cheras or Pandyas, and here is the one more dynasty is there. That name is Chera dynasty. Okay, Sen-Gupta one, such type of the rulers are there, but it's not in your part, so that's why it's not important for us. Okay, so it is the dynasties of that time they are flourished. Okay, now that is the front line of the every you can say states. Second one, now in this image you can see wall relief from the 15th Ellora showing Vishnu as a Narsimha, the man lion. It is a work of the Rashtrakuta period. So we can see easily the head of particular that is the belong to the lion, and the other one part of that is belong to man. So we learn in little bit about, we heard a little bit about the one more avatar, you can say, one more part of the Lord Vishnu, when he kept, when he protected the very famous his that name was, I think, Prahlad. Yes, Prahlad. So in this particular photo, picture, you can see द नरसिम्हा मैन एंड आयरन इट इज़ अ वर्क। तो ये वर्क किस समय का है? ये राष्ट्रकूटों के समय का है कि इस तरह से इसको शो किया गया है और वॉल ऑफ एलोरा की गुफाओं के अंदर इसको प्रेजेंट किया गया, दिखाया गया है। ठीक है, इट मीन्स उस समय धीरे धीरे जो विष्णु का अवतार है या वैष्णविज्म है जो धीरे धीरे फैल रहा था। ठीक, नाउ by the 7th century, there were big landlords of the warriors chief in the different regions in the subcontinent. Existing kings often acknowledged them as their subordinate or samantas. So, who are samantas? Samanta were the subordinates of the king and their dynasties, you can say. Okay, it's our subcontinent. Okay, that is the our part. Yeah, you can say in India, and some big rulers have their own territory, and the territory was kept by the samantas. Okay, they are called subordinate or samantas. Next one, they were expect to bring gift for their king or overlords, be present at their court and provide them with the military support. So what will be the expectations of the king? King's expectation regarding that one, they will be help in the when he attacked, yeah, whenever a person, yeah, whenever a king attacked him, so they will be he will be protected by their samantas. Okay, and they expecting for their taxes also. The tax is the type of, you can say, bhag. The tax is a type of, you can say, gift is। तो किसी भी रूप में वो टैक्स के रूप में उनको गिफ्ट के रूप में या उपहार के रूप में या फिर भाग बलि के रूप में उनके पास कुछ न कुछ जमा करने के लिए आते थे। सो दैट इज द बिगेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ द किंग ऑल्सो। ओके, नाउ as Samanta gained power and wealth, they declared themselves to be the Mahasamant Mahamandaleshwar, the great lord of a circle of region. So why they call himself Mahasamant? Mahasamant means now their rank is you can say increasing day by day. Okay, why? Because they have their wealth, their power is now increasing, and they are now called which one? Mahasamanta and Samant. Okay, and Mahamandaleshwar. So Mahamandaleshwar means the head of the particular circle. Okay, that is called Mahamandaleshwar, the great lord of मालिकाना हक जो है इनको मिल चुका है उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया का। ठीक है, एंड सो ऑन। समटाइम्स दे असर्टेड देयर इंडिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम द अदर देयर ओवरलॉर्ड्स ऑफ whenever they have gained power, sometimes they are not taking under control, yeah, they are not the under control of the previous kings. They are they gain independence. Okay, they yeah, we can say they are the independent rulers now. One such instance was that of the Rashtrakuta in the Deccan. Initially, there was a subordinate to the Chalukyas. So Rashtrakutas, such type of the incident also happened. So that's why we can learn here. So Chalukya subordinate was the Rashtrakutas. But after the Chalukya were weakened there, the Karnataka area, the mid 18th century Dantiturga, there was a name of a person that is called Dantiturga. Okay, and he was a Samanta of the Chalukyas. Okay, and they not accepting their territory. Okay, they are not accepting their rights, and he encourage yeah, you can say he encouraged his voice for the independence. But that day only the Kshatriyas, yeah, only the Rajputra, yeah, only the Kshatriya community, they became the king. So that's why he is performing he was performing rituals that is called the Hiranyagarbha. Okay, and he performed the called Hiranyagarbha and literally the golden bomb. That is, now he was able to sit in the throne. Yeah, he accepted the Singhasan, yeah, the territory also. Okay, now when this ritual was performed with the help of the Brahmins, it was thought टू बी द लेड टू द रीबर्थ। इट मीन्स उसका दोबारा से पुनर्जन्म हो चुका है क्षत्रिय के रूप में और अब वह रूल कर सकता है। ठीक है, सेक्रीफाइस कर दिया उसने। ठीक है, इफ इन अदर केसेस मैन फ्रॉम द enterprising families use their military skills to crave our kingdom, out kingdoms. For instance, the Kadamba, the Mayur Sharman, and the Gujar Pratihara, Harishchandra were Brahmins who gave up their traditional profession and who gave up whatever their traditional you can say work means related to the Brahmans, the rituals, the sacrifices, and other the deities work, you can say. But now they have chance to encourage their power too, so that's why they are establishing their own dynasties in the different areas. Okay, now we learn administration of the kingdoms, how they can run their administrations. Many of the new kings adopted high sounding titles such as the Maharaja Dhiraj. So that is also a part of the administration. Okay, so every person have to write to listen his qualities, yeah, merits and demerits. So everyone is happy whenever we are creating, yeah, whenever we are saying such a person is very good, yeah, lots of qualities he have. So that's why you can say the king also expected about that one, and they are adding their subtitles also, like Maharaja Dhiraj, yeah, Tribhuvan Chakravarti also, means who is the winner of the all three bhavan, you can say. Okay, so however the spirit of the such claims, they often shared power with their Samanta as well as with association of the peasants, traders, and Brahmins. So how they can explain that one? So their expectations and their wealth is their Samanta and the peasants, association of the peasants, just like Chettiar, okay, traders also and Brahmins also they have. So not a single person rule in the every part of the country, but whenever he was ruled in their territory, whenever they have their own commander is very good, is their commander was very good, okay, and their subordinate also their the he believe in the Brahmins also, traders give them to tax, and the association of the peasants also like him, okay, that one. In each of these states, resources were obtained from the producer, that is the peasants, cattle keepers, artisans, who often the persuaded or compelled to the surrender part of that what they produced. Sometimes these were claimed as a rent. So I earlier mentioned that is the type of bhag, yeah, bali, yeah, that is the tax, you can say, and tax sometimes it will be increased in the half. Okay, यानी कि 1/2 means that is the 1/2. Revenue was also collected from traders. Traders also giving to money, yeah, tax from to king. Okay, now 400 taxes there. One more interesting, we have data here. The inscriptions of the Chola who ruled in the Tamil Nadu refer to more than 400 terms for the different kinds of the taxes. They are talking about the 400 different types of the taxes. Okay, and it is very that is called vetti, taken not in the cash but in the form of the forced labor, and kadami or the land revenue. There were also tax and taxing the houses, the use of the ladder to claim a palm tree, a chest on the succession of the family property or the etc. So such type of the taxes also uh, they want. Okay, these resources were used to finance the king's establishment as well as for the construction of the temples and fort. They were also used to fight wars, which were to turn expected to lead to the acquisitions of the wealth in the. Okay, so the wealth is why the wealth is needed for the king. Okay, so we have the answer here: fight wars. Okay, and built to fort and temples. Okay, so what is the source of money for a king? That is the taxes. Okay, now prasastis. What about the prasastis and land grants? We learned about a little bit the such type of the prasasti are the praise writing in the particular stones, that is called prasasti. Prasasti contain details that maybe not be literally true, but they tell us how rulers wanted to depict themselves. Okay, how they can rule. That one called prasastis. Okay, and as a valiant victorious warriors, for example, they were composed by the learned Brahmins who occasionally helped in the administration. So, who write them? Who will be write them? Okay, they are written by the Brahmins. That is called prasasti. Okay, the achievements of the Nagbhatta. One more is you can say here is a mention about the one more king, that was named as Nagbhatta, who belonged to the Gujar Pratihara. And many rulers describe the achievements of the Prasasti. You read about the Prasasti to the Gupta period in the letter, yeah, Samudragupta in the last year. Okay, so Prayag Prasasti, Allahabad Prasasti, we can say. One Prasasti written in the Sanskrit and found in the Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, described the exploits of the Nagbhatta Pratihara king as follows. A king of Andhra, Shandhav, that is called Sindh, and Vidarbha, part of the Maharashtra, Vidarbha also nowadays called, and Kalinga, part of Odisha, felt before him even as he was a prince. Okay, he was a victory over the Chakrayudh, the ruler of the Kannauj. That is the name of a particular king. That is called Chakrayudh. Okay. Then what he said? He said he defeated the king of Venga, part of Bengal, that is called Venga. Okay, and Anartha, part of Gujarat. Okay, and Malwa, part of Madhya Pradesh. Kirat, forest people, they are called Kirat, and that is called Tunsanka, Turks, Vats, and the Mach, both kingdom in the north side. That is the famous kingdom. Okay, and earlier in the name of the Mahajanpadas, we learned about that one in the class 6, that is called Mahajanpad. Okay, the part of Mahajanpadas, Vats and Mach. King often rewarded Brahmins by grants of the land. These were recorded of the copper plates which were given of those who received in the land. Okay, these all are the copper plates, and the written work is here. And what they have right there, about the permission to giving by the king and receiving by the which one, Brahmins. Okay, that is the called Tamrapatras. Okay, and they are the certificates also, medals also, you can say, who received by the Brahmins. Okay, that is called Tamrapat. Okay, what was given the land? So what is the importance of the land there? This is the part of the Tamil section of the land grant given by the Cholas. Chola was the very famous that one. We have demarcated the boundaries of the land by the making earthen embankments of a well by the planting thorny bushes. This is the what the land contains fruits bearing trees, waters, land, gardens, and the orchards, tree, wells of one species, pasture land, a village, and anthills, and platforms, canals, ditches, rivers, shipped land and laden lands and tanks, granaries, fish ponds, beehives, and the deep lakes. So that is the you can say the Cholas said about that one. Why we are granting that land to the Brahmins or other ones? Because it is the natural things, and the nature will be occupy from them. Okay, and they can maintain the new types of the different things, we can say. Okay, so now why, so the receivers, who are the receivers? They are the Brahmins. Yeah, maybe possible some are the villagers also. And unusual from the 12th century was a long Sanskrit poem containing the history of the king was ruled over the Kashmir. It was composed by the author named Kalhad, that is called Raj Tarangini. Which one name is? That is the part of the Raj Tarangini, very famous book written by the Kalhad. It's a Kalhad. Okay, Kalhan also. He used a variety of the source, including the inscriptions, documents, eyewitnesses, accounts, and the earlier histories to write their account, unlike the writers of Prasasti. So it is write their own book, not a Prasasti. Prasasti means to praise, यानी कि उसकी प्रार्थना में वो अपनी प्रार्थना लिख रहा है या वो राजा की बड़ाई लिख रहा है, तो वो ना लिख करके उसने किताब लिखी जिसमें कश्मीर का इतिहास और उसके आसपास की हिस्ट्री के बारे में बहुत कुछ हमें पता लगता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड राज तरंगिणी. ओके, ही ऑल्सो ऑफन या ही वॉज ऑफन क्रिटिकल्स अबाउट रूलर्स एंड देयर पॉलिसीज. So he was not a favor of any king. Generally, the prasastis, you can say prasasti means to favor. Okay, but Kalhad is not favored any particular king. Okay, he write what about the true and what is the eyewitnesses declare them. Yeah, you can say he explained them from the truly things. Okay, war for the wealth. You may have noticed that each of these ruling dynasties was based in the specific region at the same time tried to control their areas on particularly freezed areas. Okay, was the city of the Kannauj in the Ganga Valley. Okay, that is a very famous one. We can see in for that one also, that is the Kannauj, very famous. That is the fertile valley, and every dynasties they want to capture the Kannauj. Why? Because the tax also they can paid for that particular one, and the wealth also learn. Yeah, you can say wealth also increased if you have a rich resources. Yeah, rich place of the resources. So that's why Kannauj is the center point of that particular one. Okay, now for centuries, rulers belonging to the Gujar Pratihara, Rashtrakuta, and Pal dynasties fought for the control over the Kannauj because there were the parties. In this long drawn conflict, historian often describe it as the tripartite struggle. That is called tripartite struggle. Okay, so who are the struggler for here? Tripartite struggle. Struggler Gujar Pratihara, Palas, and the one more is the Rashtrakutas. Okay, famous one. Now, as well, we see page number 60, 62, 66. We can learn later on. Rulers also tried to demonstrate their power and resources by building large temples. So, when they attacked one another kingdoms, they often choose to the target temples which were sometimes extremely rich. You will read more about this in the chapter number 5. Okay, so because why? Because the temples are the you can say that times banks also. Okay, every person have contributed to create yeah, to reach the temples. Why? Because the religious policy also very good for the Indians also. Yeah, the people also, so they want to grant more and more wealth to the temple. So that's why the temple is the spot. Yeah, you can see the easy target for win. Okay, one of the best known of the rulers of the Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, very important that one. Okay, in Afghanistan he ruled from the 997, okay, that is the AD. Okay, 997 to 1030, yani means 1030 AD. Okay, and he was a Sultan of Ghazni. Ghazni is the particular place of the Afghanistan. Nowadays, also the district of the Afghanistan. And extended control over part of the Central Asia, Iran, and the northwestern part of the subcontinent. He raided the subcontinent almost everywhere, every year. His target was wealthy temples, including that of the Somnath, Gujarat. Much of wealth Mahmud carried away from the used to create a splendid capital city at the Ghazni. Okay, he was looted the India. You can say how many times? 17 times. How many times? 17 times. And the famous attack was the in Gujarat, here in Somnath. In 17 times he attacked India, and every time he was you can say looted, and 2 times he was defeated by the king, the particular king of the particular place. But they are invaded, या you can say they are उसकी जो आक्रमणकार की जो उसकी जो क्षमता थी वो बढ़ती रही, वो कई बार उसके बाद भी उसने अटैक किया उसको. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से महमूद गजनी भारत में कितनी बार आया? 70 टाइम. ओके, Sultan Mahmud was also interested the finding out over more about the people. He conquered and entrusted a scholar named Al-Baruni. Al-Baruni, very famous writer who wrote Kitabul Hind. Okay, this Arabic work known as the Kitabul Hind remains an important source of historians. He consulted Sanskrit scholars as to prepare the this account. So he also captured, you can say, yeah, he also carry such type of the scribes who are in writing in that Sanskrit in that book also. So that is the very famous book in that time, that is called Kitabul Hind. Okay, and very rich source of the that time of the particular time of the Hindustan, yeah, you can say the India. the big resource. Other kings who engaged in the warfare include the Chehmans, this latter as the Chauhan, who ruled over the region around the Delhi and Ajmer. They attempted to expand the control of the west and the east, where they were opposed by the Chalukya of the Gujarat and the Gehadwal of the western Uttar Pradesh. The best known Chehman ruler were the Prithviraj III. Okay, Prithviraj Chauhan also we can mention there, but real name was Prithviraj III. That time is 1168-1192. Why? And why he was famous? Defeated by the Afghan ruler named Sultan Muhammad Ghori. That name is Muhammad Ghori, who attacked India in two times. First one is the Battle of Tarain, and he was defeated. And second one, he defeat Prithviraj Chauhan and captured, and they are taking himself to the Afghan, and later on he murdered. Yeah, you can say the Prithviraj Chauhan was died in there in Afghanistan. Okay, so that's why he was very famous. So there are two big rulers there of the 19th, yeah, you can say 10th and 11th century. One is Ghazni. Okay, one is Mahmud of Ghazni, and second was Muhammad Ghori, who attacked India. And after that, India was captured by, you can say, Turks and the Afghans, then Khiljis, and they started new rules, yeah, new dynasty in India, and Delhi was established as a capital there. Okay, so in this video, that's all. I hope you understand. Okay, so thank you very much.